Welcome to the dungeon. Poco, Musa, and Alex are highway kidnappers in disguise as police officers. Emika has just joined the fraternity for survival. And as a starter, Alex, who's the gang leader, had to brief him about how operations goes amongst the gangs. Alex had to also let him know that his pay will be 30,000 naira for every new operation. Mayowa and Jumoke are married couples who unfortunately found themselves here with other kidnapped victims. Their phones and jewelry were collected while Poco made them understand the rules if they wanted to stay alive. Baba welcomed them and tried to encourage them to be prayerful. It was the only way to survive here. These victims are sold to ritualists or organ harvesters whenever needed. To the other side, Dasola is a young, silly girl who grew up in the trenches together with her mother, Mama Murewa, and brother, Murewa. Murewa is an asthmatic patient, and for his misfortunate condition, their mother grew fond of him from birth, but Dasola saw it as favoritism over her. This made her grow more hatred for her brother. As a young, beautiful lady, she survived by having too many boyfriends as benefactors. When she has had enough of your money, she will dump you for other guys without having anything intimate with you. Should we say this is how most girls in the trenches survive? One day, one of her benefactors came to her in an aggressive manner that he must sleep with her for all the money she has ripped off him. Dasola wouldn't let him touch her. While they were struggling, she pushed him to the wall where he broke his head and died. This could be anybody's fate when one tends to be deceptive. Her mother came in to find out what her daughter had done. Dasola must run away before it escalates. The police arrested Mama Murewa and took her away. Dasola hid in her friend's house for a while, and with rumors going on about her being declared wanted, her friend advised her to leave the community to the city. She also introduced Dasola to a woman who helps people get menial jobs in the city. At least she could start her life over again with the little paid job. Sometimes life has got those twists and turns. As luck was on her side, she got a housekeeping job in Uche's residence. Uche is a kind-hearted man, as Dasola turned a new leaf. Uche liked the fact that she was educated and wanted to know why she chose to become a housekeeper. Dasola lied to him that her parents died in a car accident while she was in service as a corp member, and she was left alone to fend for herself. Uche offered to help her, and not only that, he wanted her to be his wife because of the decency he saw in her. Should we say that every new day is a chance to turn a new leaf and embrace a new life in Dasola's case? Life became tougher for young Murewa. The landlord chased him from the little apartment where they lived as he was unable to continue to pay the rent. As a boy who depended on his mother all through his life, he couldn't fend for himself. His sister Dasola was his only means of survival, so he decided to look for his sister in the city as he was unable to endure the hardship alone. What then happens to their mother? Unfortunately for him, the security guards caught him loitering around the estate. He told them his predicament, and they followed him to Dasola's house to know if he was telling the truth. Dasola denied him as the guards treated him as a criminal. What a poor boy. They left him when they found out that he was asthmatic. Chances of this happening are rare, but it happened here. Uche saw him by the roadside, and as a kind-hearted man, he took him to the hospital. Uche also asked him to stay in his house since he had nowhere to go after hearing his story. I wonder how many of his kind are left in this world. To Dasola, Murewa has become her pain the moment Uche brought him in. The siblings acted like they never knew each other when Uche introduced him to his wife. She took him to the guest room and wanted to know what he was doing in her house. She warned him never to refer to her as Dasola, but Olamide. I guess she also lied about her identity to her fiancé. He had no choice here, but why the hate on him? Dasola told him to ask his mother who neglected her because of him. Is she for real now? Murewa gave her the news that their mother equally died in the cell all because of her. At this point, she had nothing to say. Back to the cage, the kidnappers needed a woman for their dealings with the criteria of a large-sized breast, Fortunately for Jumoke, she wasn't picked. These victims are picked at random points and slayed without traces. Do these places truly exist? Alex brings a good offer this time of 500,000 naira for a pregnant female victim. They must look for one since there is no pregnant woman in their custody. Emeka suggested an easy way out of which the men should pregnant the lady in their custody. It was the best alternative to Alex and his men. They wanted Mayowa to sleep with his wife, or other men would pounce on her. This is one bitter experience that can never happen to any couple. Emeka and Alex were having some good time when he received a call from the doctor about his son. The poor innocent child has been diagnosed with kidney failure, which has taken out everything in Emeka's pocket. Alex promised him that once they find the pregnant woman for the consignment, he will give Emeka all the money for his son's treatment. Emeka would do everything possible to get the pregnant woman. Could hardship be the major reason why so many young men indulge themselves into illegitimate activities? Time isn't on their side any longer, as Mayowa couldn't impregnate his wife. As sad as you may hear this, other men were forced to sleep with her. Dasola's hate for her brother was becoming intense, as his sight irritates her from every corner. She tried convincing Uche to send him out, but Uche wouldn't think of anything about it. Uche's sister, Amaka, came visiting, and the plan was for them all to travel over the weekend to see Uche's mother. Dasola was happy about the news, but everything got bothersome when she found out that Murewa will go with them. Dasola tried to put a convincing halt to his decision, but Uche already made up his mind. Dasola tried to put up displeasing show to make Murewa leave the house by quarreling with her husband. She almost succeeded when Murewa made up his mind to leave, but Amaka did everything she could to stop him. It's all over for Dasola now. They all traveled after all her effort to stop Murewa from going with them. Unluckily for them, they ran into Alex and his men. I wonder how these men kept succeeding in their operations without being caught. Another 4 added victims. Mayowa welcomed them by sharing his 2 weeks' experience with them. Baba, as usual, with his words of encouragement, told them to remain prayerful. This isn't getting funny anymore. These guys are still in search of a pregnant woman for their client. Musa came in and wanted Dasola to be slept with. Murewa would lay down his life for her. Musa then hit him with the gun. The question is, why can't the men ambush Musa with the gun since he came alone? Uche told Musa that his wife was pregnant. It was the best news he has heard in a while. Uche didn't know what he got himself into until Baba told him the risk of exposing his wife. With everything going on, Dasola knew that she was next in line. She then confessed to Uche about her identity and relationship with Murewa. It was the last thing Uche wants to hear now. Musa had already gone to tell his gang members about the good news. Emeka wanted to confirm if it was true, at least for the sake of his hospitalized son. Uche will do anything to protect his wife. He offered Emeka 5 million naira. This is 10 times the money for Emeka and an opportunity to save his son's life. Emeka was the only person on night duty while others were asleep, and to save his son's life, he needed 2 million naira. Alex promised to give him 500,000 naira, which he knows wouldn't be enough. He believes Uche and perhaps others can help raise the money to save his son. He's willing to risk it, even if it will cost him his life. At least his son is saved. But this shouldn't be a justification why he has to do this kind of job to save his son. Uche promised to save his son's life. Emeka managed to scale them through. His life was in danger now as Poco shot him at the spot. But why didn't he go with them since he knew that he was going to die? Uche went to the hospital to make payments to commence treatment, but unfortunately, the boy died a few hours before he came. Oh father, oh son, life is so unfair. This was a bitter pill for Uche to swallow. He insisted on depositing the money into the hospital's account. It could save another life. Uche still accepted Dasola for who she was as they lived happily as a family. In life, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Thanks for watching. Please comment your thoughts and also like and share this video for more super amazing videos that we are bringing to you. And if you're watching from our YouTube channel, you can also subscribe and turn on your notification for more. Thank you.